Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. As we know, the sad news. I'm just reading from the Sun newspaper. I just looked at me in front of me now to say what's going on. She was terrified. Carol Flack's assault charge. Outrage. As shock details of her arrest emerge. Okay. Pressure is mounting on the CPS about their hounding. My question is today, CPS. My question is, okay, boyfriend wanted to drop charges. Couldn't you act upon that? If he didn't want to press charges, right? So why are you continuing? Why was you continuing the case? If the person didn't want to go forward with it, it's deemed a waste of taxpayers' money. You know, did you look into the mind of Caroline Flack? You guys should be trained on issues, people who have issues. You guys are not human, CPS. Not human. You know, you never looked in the human side of things. You need to do that. You know, so don't throw the law at me, CPS, because you guys are useless. I can stand here now and tell you guys are not worth 2 biscuits. You guys are rubbish. And that's my personal opinion, but I won't bring up my case with the CPS about what happened to me. I won't bring that case up. You guys are rubbish, useless. You guys are not worth 2 biscuits. You know, so I don't see the reason why you guys should have gone forward with this. It would have been a waste of taxpayers' money. You know, we all know what happened. We all know what happened was wrong. But the thing is, if the gentleman did not want to press charges, he wanted case to be dropped, why don't you end it there? And today we probably won't be sitting here, CPS. So you guys are rubbish, are useless. And I could state right now, I don't want to bring my business out in the public's eye, you know. But on my personal appearance, personal word, you guys are rubbish. Okay. I'm going to nip this one in the butt. So the CPS, to me, partly responsible. Okay, and let's go on to ITV. ITV. Okay, I understand you have a network. I understand you talk about family values, right? But isn't it double standard by you, ITV? With Ant, wasn't he convicted of an offence? Didn't he have to pay a big fine? You gave him all the support. I think he's still working for you guys. You know, so he's got it done for drink driving. You know, he had to pay a fine, £86,000. He's still working for you, right? So ITV, you know, discrimination right there. ITV, you got a lot to answer for, ITV. And this young lady who's never been convicted of anything, and the boyfriend said he wants to don't take it any further, right? And you guys decided to, according to the papers, let her go. Now, you ITV, you need to look at yourself in the mirror too. You need to look at yourself in the mirror too. So, you know, you're partly to blame, partly, because no job. That was a job. You know, I think you should have sat down. I think you should have sat down. I think she still should have kept her job until everything is resolved in the court of law. Okay? So, and what is your protocol, ITV? I want to know what is your protocol for cases like this? Do you have a employment? Do you have a system where warnings are verbal, written, final? So does that go into your hiring practices? I question that. I want to see your handbook with your law regards to employment law. See, all of the above need to be looked at and addressed. So, I see ITV where you're coming from now. By axing Love Island, you're using Love Island for a scapegoat for your failings. So, I'm going to do another podcast for that. So everybody's blaming Love Island. Who does the show Love Island? ITV. So ITV, don't use Love Island as a scapegoat for your failings. Don't do that, ITV. Right? It's a double standard practice by ITV. So let's look at that, people. Alright. And there's another thing. There's a pal saying, tormented. How Caroline, I won't even go into that. Her pal was heartbroken. And there's a picture of Laura Whitmore in teary-eyed. But, ladies and gentlemen, what I've just said to you is actually factual. So, let's going back to it. Let's analyse it and let's assess it. Right? The CPS was wrong in what they were doing. And ITV. If ITV does axe Love Island, they're using Love Island as a scapegoat for their failings, for the way they handle people. And let's look at it, the facts. It's a tragic event. Could have been handled better. Could have been handled different. This poor young lady, all she needed someone was to understand her, know where she's coming from. She needed love. If I done that podcast on the 28th, if I did reach out to her, I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying to the that's why I'm reaching out to Love Island stars now, because I was watching it very, very carefully. I do worry about some of them coming outside the house, outside the door. I do worry. I know there's one girl in there I'm very, very worried about, and I do another podcast for her. So I'm gonna reach out, with the media scrutiny, because I was watching the show, I was studying it. I'm very worried about one of the girls in there, or two of the girls in there, But ITV will be using Love Island as a scapegoat if they do axe it. They're just going to cover their tracks, but it's not going to work because I'm gonna big it up. So. But ladies and gentlemen, what I'm saying is things were done better, understand better, if a young lady would have been alive today. See, I don't understand. My thing is not people understand. The way I'm looking at it is the young lady, God bless her. God bless her. This job pays £500,000 a year. Now, you look at that, £500,000 a year job. You think about that, and you lose your job on £500,000 a year, So ITV need to look at that. They need to look at their actions, And the CPS hounding her, the CPS need to look at that. The thing is, what I don't understand is the CPS, if somebody doesn't want to go forward with it, why don't they just drop it? And ITV, if someone is not convicted, no sentence has been handed out, right? why you pulling the plug without actually the case being over? Do you have an employment law? Are you following the employment law? What is your guidelines on the employment law? That's my questions I want to ask you, Mr. ITV. And don't use Love Island as a scapegoat for your failings. Okay? So, anyway, it's a debatable topic. I'm sure we get to the bottom of this. So, that is my personal opinion. I'm saying it was handled wrong by the CPS and ITV. It could have been dealt with better. But before I go, all I want to say, rest in peace, Caroline Flack. And I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight for justice for Caroline Flack. I'm going to put that cast out. Okay. God bless you.